Ngozi's hands trembled as the porcelain cup slipped from her grasp and shattered against the marble floor. The sound echoed through the sitting room like thunder, cutting through the silence of the mansion. Her heart pounded in terror. Before she could bend to pick the pieces, a sharp voice sliced the air. "You useless girl. Can't you do anything right?" Madam Titi's voice was like the crack of a whip. She stormed in, her wrapper swishing against the tiles. "That's my favorite cup, imported from London. Do you know how much that costs?" Ngozi's lips quivered. "I'm sorry, Ma. It slipped." "Slipped?" Titi hissed. "Everything slips with you. You're just like your late mother, careless and cursed." The words hit Ngozi like a stone to the chest. Her fingers froze midair. She could feel her stepmother's glare burning into her back. Chief Okechukwu, her father, sat silently on the couch, newspaper raised like a shield. He didn't say a word. He never did. Titi pointed at the shards. "Clean that up before I lose my temper completely." Ngozi knelt, tears blurring her vision as she gathered the fragments. A tiny cut opened on her finger, blood welling up, but she said nothing. She was used to the pain. Later that evening, as the sky darkened, a shriek echoed from Madam Titi's bedroom. "My necklace! My gold necklace is gone." The house went into chaos. Titi barged into Ngozi's small room, her eyes wild. "Where is it?" Ngozi stood up, confused. "What, Ma?" "My necklace. The one I wore to the wedding last week. It's missing, and you were the last person who cleaned my room." Ngozi's heart raced. "I didn't take anything, Ma. I swear to God. Swear all you want. Thief. Liar. I should have known better than to let your father bring you into my house." She turned toward Chief Okechukwu, who had followed behind her, expression unreadable. "Okechukwu, you see? This is what I've been saying. This girl will disgrace us one day." Ngozi's voice broke. "Papa, please. You know I would never steal." But Chief didn't meet her eyes. He sighed heavily and muttered, "Titi, please, let's handle this calmly." "Handle what calmly?" she shouted. "If she doesn't confess, she leaves this house tonight." Ngozi felt her world collapse. "Papa, please, I don't have anywhere to go." Chief turned away. That silence hurt more than any slap. Titi's voice softened, dripping with venom. "You're not my real daughter. Stop pretending I owe you anything." Ngozi dropped to her knees, crying. "I'm not pretending. I just want peace in this house." But Titi only pointed at the door. "Pack your things, now." It was raining when Ngozi stepped out, clutching a small nylon bag of clothes. The night swallowed her tears. She walked aimlessly through the dim streets, her slippers soaked, her stomach twisting from hunger. At a market junction, she sat beside a stall, trembling. A soft voice startled her. "Auntie, are you okay?" Ngozi looked up. A small girl stood before her, barefoot, holding roasted corn. Her dress was torn, but her eyes were kind. Ngozi sniffled. "I'm fine, just tired." The girl smiled and broke the corn in half. "You can take. My name is Zara." Ngozi hesitated, then took the corn. "Thank you, Zara. I'm Ngozi." "You live here?" Zara asked, sitting beside her on the cold cement. "No," Ngozi said softly. "I used to stay with my father, but not anymore." Zara's face fell. "My parents died. Fire burned our house when I was small. Since then, I stay around here. I beg sometimes, sell sachet water sometimes. People say I'm strong." Ngozi stared at her in awe. "A 10-year-old, surviving alone in the streets? You're very brave." Zara grinned shyly. "You too. You look like someone who don't give up." Ngozi laughed weakly for the first time that day. "Maybe." They shared the corn, their laughter mixing with the rhythm of the rain. Somewhere in the distance, a church bell rang. Later, when the streets grew quiet, Zara showed Ngozi her little sleeping corner, a wooden crate under a stall roof. She pulled out a tiny cloth bundle and unwrapped a colorful beaded bracelet. "This is the only thing I have from my mama," she said proudly. Ngozi's eyes widened. The bracelet looked exactly like the one she'd seen in an old photo. Same colors, same pattern. "Where did you get this?" she asked, her voice trembling. Zara shrugged. "The woman who saved me from the fire said my mother put it on me before she ran back inside. She didn't come out." Ngozi's hands shook. "What was your mother's name?" Zara frowned, trying to remember. "She said Chiamaka." "Yes, Chiamaka." Ngozi gasped, her mother's name. Her mind spun. "Zara, how old are you?" 10. Ngozi's chest tightened. Her parents told her their baby died in a fire 10 years ago, her baby sister. Could this be her? Her voice broke. "Zara, I think you're my sister." The little girl's eyes widened. "Sister?" Ngozi nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks. I thought you died in that fire. Mama ran inside to save you, but they said you were gone. Zara stared at her bracelet, then back at Ngozi, and slowly smiled through tears. So you're my real family? Yes, my dear, you are. Ngozi hugged her tightly. For the first time in years, she felt whole again. They stayed like that under the night sky, two broken souls finding each other in the dust. The next morning, Ngozi decided she couldn't stay silent. She had to clear her name and bring Zara home. They walked together toward the big compound, the guards frowning as they approached. Madam no want to see you, one said. Ngozi stood tall. Tell her it's important. Minutes later, Madam Titi appeared at the balcony, her face twisted. You again? Haven't you stolen enough? Ngozi lifted her chin. I didn't steal anything, Ma. I came to prove it. Titi scoffed. You? Prove what? Just then, Aisha, the maid, stepped forward nervously. Madam, I need to say something. Titi's eyes narrowed. What nonsense are you about to say? Aisha's voice trembled. I'm the one who took the necklace, madam. I was afraid to tell you because you threatened to send me away before. The compound went silent. Chief Okechukwu stepped out from inside, shocked. Aisha, is this true? Yes, sir. Titi's jaw fell. You stupid girl. Enough, Chief's voice thundered. For the first time, he looked at Ngozi with guilt in his eyes. Ngozi, my daughter, I'm so sorry. Ngozi wiped her tears. Papa, you believed her over me. I know. I was weak. Titi turned away, muttering, she deserved it. She's not even. Not your real daughter? Ngozi said sharply. You're right, but this little girl, she brought Zara forward, is my real sister, the daughter my mother died trying to save. Titi blinked. What nonsense are you saying? Chief froze. What did you just say? Ngozi held Zara's hand, her voice breaking. Her name is Zara. Look at her face. Look at that bracelet. Mama made two, one for me, one for her. You told me she died, Papa. Zara stepped forward shyly. Papa? Chief staggered back, tears welling. It can't be. Chiamaka's baby? Zara nodded. Mama saved me, but she didn't come out of the fire. Chief fell to his knees, sobbing. My God, I buried the wrong child. Ngozi knelt beside him, holding his trembling shoulders. Papa, we're together now. That's all that matters. Titi stood frozen, speechless, shame washing over her face. After everything you did, Ngozi whispered, I should hate you, but I don't. You hurt me, but I forgive you. The words hit Titi harder than any slap. Her lips trembled. Ngozi? Ngozi shook her head gently. Save it. Just change. If you're still watching, hit that subscribe button right now, because what happens next will break your heart and heal it at the same time. Titi's breath came unevenly as her knees buckled. She sank onto a chair, covering her face with trembling hands. I didn't know, she whispered, voice cracking. I just wanted peace in this house. I thought she was trying to take you from me. Chief Okechukwu stood slowly, his face wet with tears. Peace? You drove my daughter into the streets. Do you know what could have happened to her? Ngozi turned to Zara, squeezing her hand. Papa, she saved me. This little girl you thought was gone. She fed me, gave me shelter. She's the reason I'm standing here. Chief looked at Zara again, like a man seeing a miracle. Come here, my child. Zara stepped forward, hesitant, but when he knelt and opened his arms, she ran into them. He held her tight, sobbing into her hair. Forgive me, my daughter. Forgive me for not finding you. The compound fell silent, except for the soft sniffles. Even the guards looked away, pretending not to feel it. Madam Titi raised her head, her mascara running. What kind of woman am I? I accused, I hated, and for what? Ngozi stepped closer. You said I wasn't your real daughter, she said quietly. You were right, but maybe if you let love in, we could still be family in another way. Titi's lips trembled. After everything, you can still talk of love? Ngozi nodded, tears rolling freely now. Because hate didn't save me, Ma, but love did. Zara looked up, voice small. Auntie, you can be my mother too if you want. Mama always said forgiveness makes God smile. That broke Titi completely. She covered her mouth as sobs racked her body. God forgive me. I've been blind. Chief sat beside her, placing a hand on her shoulder. It's not too late, Titi. It's never too late to make things right. Aisha, the maid, knelt before Ngozi. I'm sorry too, madam. Ngozi, I should have spoken earlier. I was scared. Ngozi helped her up. It's over. You can start fresh. We all can. A faint rainbow began to stretch across the sky, sunlight piercing through the clouds. It was as though the heavens themselves were applauding. Weeks later, the house no longer felt like a prison. Ngozi and Zara shared a room now, Zara's laughter echoing through the walls every morning. The compound bloomed with flowers that had once withered under cold silence. One evening, as they sat under the mango tree, Zara asked, "Sister, do you think Mama can see us?" Ngozi smiled gently. "I believe she can. She's probably up there smiling at how her two girls found each other again." Zara leaned against her shoulder. "You think Auntie Titi is happy now?" Ngozi glanced toward the balcony where Madam Titi stood watering flowers. Maybe not happy yet, but healing. Titi caught her gaze and offered a weak smile, one filled with remorse and newfound softness. Ngozi nodded back, a silent truce sealed by grace. That night, Chief Okechukwu gathered everyone for dinner. The table, once a battlefield of silence, was alive with warmth. Zara talked nonstop about her dreams of going to school. Ngozi laughed, and even Titi joined in. In the middle of the meal, Titi cleared her throat. "Ngozi," she began, "I know I can't undo what I did, but I want to start again. If you can allow me, I'd like to be your mother, not by blood, but by choice." Ngozi froze for a second, overwhelmed. She reached out and took Titi's hand. "Then let's start today, Ma." Zara clapped her hands in excitement. "Now we're one family." Everyone laughed through tears. But the story didn't end there. 2 months later, Chief Okechukwu organized a small Thanksgiving service at their local church. He told the congregation how God had restored what was lost. When he mentioned the night Ngozi was thrown out, his voice broke, and Titi wept openly beside him. After the service, people crowded around the girls, calling them miracles. Zara just smiled shyly, clutching her beaded bracelet, the same one that had reunited them. Outside, Ngozi looked at the sky and whispered, "Thank you, Mama. Your love didn't die, it just found its way home." As they walked back to the car, Titi stopped Ngozi. "You've taught me more than any sermon could. I used to think being a mother was about blood, but now I know it's about heart." Ngozi smiled, "And heart never lies." Zara interrupted, tugging their hands together. "Come on, Mama. Sister, let's go home." For the first time, the word Mama didn't sting. It soothed. Titi held their hands as they walked toward the car, three figures bound by pain, healed by love. At home, Zara hung a new frame on the living room wall. Inside was a photo of all three of them, smiling. Below it, she scribbled with a marker, "Family isn't who you're born with, it's who never gives up on you." Chief looked at it and nodded proudly. "That should be our family motto." Laughter filled the room once more. As the camera zoomed out, the narrator's voice carried softly. Open quote, "Sometimes life breaks us apart to show us who truly belongs. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, but it heals the heart enough to start again." Close quote. The scene faded into the evening glow, children's laughter echoing faintly in the background. Ngozi stood at the balcony, watching the sunset. Zara ran toward her, holding 2 roasted corns from the market. "Look, sister, our favorite." Ngozi chuckled, accepting it. "You remembered." "Always," Zara said proudly. "It's what brought us together." They sat and ate quietly, the golden light wrapping around them like a blessing. "Zara," Ngozi whispered, "promise me something." "What?" "No matter what happens, never stop believing in people, even when they hurt you. Sometimes they just don't know love yet." Zara nodded thoughtfully. "Then I'll teach them, like you taught Auntie Titi." Ngozi smiled and kissed her forehead. "That's my sister." Downstairs, Titi called out from the kitchen, "Dinner's ready, and no breaking my plates this time. Oh!" They both burst into laughter. The final shot lingered on their smiles, the kind that only comes after storms have passed and hearts have found their way home. And as the screen faded to black, text appeared in bold white letters. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. Let more people feel the power of forgiveness and family.